Good morning, guys. We are in Nanning. It's a southern city in China. I'm Matt, and we're riding around the world. Today is my second day on the road since I got back from Ningbo. Every so often I do little hiatuses where I go home and visit my daughter and my family in China, up a city called Ningbo. Got my bags packed. The trike is ready to go. I'm gonna load it up and we're gonna Jayoe this thing. I wanted to show you my sort of morning dietary routine. Okay, so for the diet today, we are gonna take a 1,000 milligram glucosamine and chondroitin. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so this is a 1,000 milligram vitamin C. And then these four little family members are fish oil. Bottoms up. My sister who passed away, she always had a trouble swallowing pills. She could barely swallow one pill, let alone a whole handful. I've been taking that for quite some time and I feel, whether it's a placebo effect or real, I mean, I've heard arguments against and for vitamins and whatnot, but I'll tell you what, if I can do anything that might help, I'm gonna do it. Yesterday, I made that first vlog video. I thought it came out really nice. If you noticed, I mean, in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna start doing more of these intros so that if somebody does come to my channel on this video, like first one, they'll be able to, okay, this guy's cycling around the world, blah, blah, blah. Kind of dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's kind of how I'm gonna try and start my videos from now on. I'm also gonna give you guys that map. We had discussed that earlier, that you guys, it's helpful for you to know where I am, so I'm gonna try and do that more. That thumbnail was pretty interesting. I'm gonna try and focus a little bit more on my thumbnails. Actually, yesterday I produced 3 videos. One was the main vlog, and then I produced four videos. The main vlog, I produced a video about LED lights for cycling. That somebody gave me LED lights from their company and they wanted me to try them out, so I did a review video. Then I did a video about Pat's T-Cycle bottle holder that he sent me to rejoin the tour that now holds my Bluetooth speaker. And when I was in the basement downstairs, I found some prototype Ford automobiles, prototypes. So an American brand Ford prototype was in the basement of this hotel in China. And I ended up finding a lady that was working on them or something. She was affiliated with the company that was working on them. And so they were prototypes, meaning they had the crazy design on them that kind of disrupts the eye so you can't see what style or what series or whatever. So it was very interesting to be in the bottom of a Chinese hotel and see a few Ford prototypes. So I kind of did a video about that. So I have 3 videos in the can that you haven't seen, but those videos I don't have to produce, you know, sequentially. I can put those out whenever and they'll be a little fun little taste. So lots of stuff. I ended up staying on the bed editing until 2 in the morning. Woke up at 7. Anyways, let's get on the road. I'll catch you later. Hello, 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 小朋友. Hello. All right, folks, we got a creaky trike this morning. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to lube up some of the joints. It's been sitting for a month. Maybe it's collected some dust. There's not much going on along the way as far as big cities go until we get to the border of Vietnam. There seemed to be a little bit of a population center 130 kilometers away. So that's the target. It's almost 10:30 and that sucks because it means it's gonna be a late one, folks. We're gonna be on the road for a while, but that's okay. I feel pretty good. I was able to pick up a really nice breakfast at the hotel, loaded up on protein and eggs and hello. Feeling pretty good. The weather is overcast, not too hot, sort of cool. This guy's driving pretty slow, shadowing me. Not sure. Oh, he's looking for an address. Doesn't know where he's going. It's funny what trucks will do if they're lost. They'll just, instead of pulling off safely to the side of the road somewhere, they will slow down to like ungodly slow speeds and just say, well, everybody behind me is just gonna have to figure it out. We're really close to the coast, so close that I think maybe we won't be getting too rustic. You will see, that's for sure. Let's go. Hello. Today is dirty. Broken roads and construction and dust. I think the only thing making it palatable is the fact that the rain from yesterday is still holding the dust on the ground instead of kicking too much up in the air. I imagine if it was super dry, it'd be pretty miserable. The other positive for today is the human factor is kicking ass. Lots of happy people and smiling faces, hellos and whatnot. That can definitely counterbalance the shitty road factor. Hello. Hello. Jayoe. Bye-bye. That's literally been happening all day. I could keep this camera open and capture happy passersby all day long, and it'd just be today's video, but it would be 8 hours long. Bye-bye. Look at those trees. Those are green. Just they're coated in so much mud, they've changed color. They don't even look real. They look like plastic brown trees. Yuck. The trike is going to be dirty today. Hello. That's yours? Cool. Ah. Is that M50? Hello.
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 Yeah.
Oh. 要拍嗎？
睇下拍啊。
Okay.
拍。怎麼拍啊？
啊，你拍。夠大。High five. High five. All right. 可以說加油。加油。加油。Muck and mud, smiling faces. Muck and mud, smiling faces. I'm trying to get some distance down, but people keep coming and spreading happiness and joy. This is quite possibly the ugliest road I've ever ridden on. And it might rank up there with one of the most fulfilling rides. And it just goes to show, sometimes you don't have lemons to make lemonade. Sometimes you gotta make lemonade out of mud. Look at that. Hello.
Yeah.
Anyhow, gas station, I had some water, so I just got all the mud off. Well, most of it. Hopefully we don't have that crazy mud again. That was interesting. That was probably the dirtiest road I've ever ridden on. This whole tour. Also the happiest. Alright guys, I made a rookie mud mistake. after I ran through that really muddy road, I found a gas station that had like water. So I sprayed off my whole front end, cleaned out my disc brakes and everything, but I failed to wash the rear end. Now, that mud that I ran through has built up and caked so much that I can hear it rubbing against my fender in the rear end. I can hear it rubbing, and it's actually causing me to go slower. I need to find a really nice puddle. I can get some water up in there, or another hose at a gas station. I think as long as I don't build up any more mud, it's okay. But it sure does give me insight into the idea of riding through muddy areas and what I have to be careful of. This isn't so bad, I can still roll forward, but I know if the mud was thicker and the road was longer, I might run into some serious trouble with regards to that. So clearing mud out of the rear fender is something that I will have to contend with. You know what would be neat is if you had like maybe a rubber band or something that you could wrap around the tire, wet it, and then roll it forward and backward into and out of the fender in order to break up all that mud and gook. And then maybe another one with like longer bristles that you can go in and out and sort of use the tire as a brush. We're going through a bunch of sugarcane areas, not as developed as the ones that I passed by earlier up near Guilin, but it's just this whole area seems to be somewhat dedicated to sugarcane. Ask and you shall receive, apparently, because here's some water right here. Yeah, you see it's gotten all crammed up here in this ending point of the fender, and it's just crammed up in this whole area, so I got to get it out of there. It was a lot worse than I had thought. I had to use this little Allen key to actually get up between the tire and the inside of the fender and then dig out the mud. It was caked so hard that I actually had to scoop it out. It was like clay. It's all out. I think I'll be okay for the rest of the day. I need to design a couple of items sort of like this that are designed to go a little bit better inside that area so that I can make sure if this happens again, when this happens again, it's gonna happen again, that I have some better tools to get it out, because this wasn't working as good as what I should have. Any ideas out there? What do you guys do for mud and muck in your fenders? Wow! Wow! I just blew out all that muck and clay and dirt, and now I'm just rolling smooth, and I'm using half the energy that I was using before. I've taken off the drag suit, now smooth sailing. Looks like somebody had a party. Fireworks all up the street. I actually started late. I had seen a ton of them. I'm like, they're not gonna keep going. They kept going and going. A lot of these kind of rural villages, they light fireworks, just leave the box out. I don't know when they plan to clean them up, but they must have been beautiful going off, but they're an eyesore sitting on the side of the road now. I haven't done this in a very long time, but I pulled into a gas station to get some Coke or whatnot, something with some sugar, and I need some energy. And I pulled in and turned around. So when I left, I ended up heading out the other side without remembering that I had like actually done a U-turn to actually get into the area, and I just went 2 kilometers in the opposite direction. Thank God it was somewhat flat, so it's not like I was killing myself too much, but my legs are a bit sore, and I'm barely to the halfway point of the day. It's 3 o'clock. I've got 5 or 5.5 more hours to go. Tired. It's 72 kilometers. We're past the halfway point. I got one more hill ahead of me. It was such a bummer. I went up this hill. It was pretty dry. Crested the hill. Got to the other side. It was mud and muck like earlier today, but worse. And I was just weaving and bobbing and into really thick, muddy puddles, caking up everything. I mean, my chain right now is grinding. You can hear it grinding as it goes through these guide tubes. They have a bunch of these places at the beginning and end of these muddy areas where people are, they got a big jug full of water and they're charging people, you know, they'll turn on the water for a little bit and then, you know, make a little money. I can't wash off all the grime that's caught inside the chain, you know. It's not the end of the world, just grimy. Hello. Might just be the hill talking, but I'm tired. I might get on the other side of this hill and get a renewed vigor, but as it stands, I'm gonna start sort of hunting for end game here. I got a couple more hills up and down ahead, but this is the biggest one that I'll be experiencing. I expect Vietnam to be not as clean as China. I'm expecting that mud and muck to be more prominent in Vietnam and Laos and Cambodia. Thailand might be a little bit better. Indonesia is probably gonna get pretty bad. I'm not naive to the fact that this today was sort of an educational experience on some things I'm gonna have to think about in the future. It's all one step at a time. That's what makes the journey so interesting, is that you're constantly adapting and learning. And tomorrow I should cross into Vietnam, and when I do, the game is gonna change. I'm gonna have to learn a whole bunch of new things, and you know, that's kind of exciting, exhilarating. Get a little nervous. That might happen when I cross the border, but I don't think so. I think I'll cross into Vietnam, be pleasantly surprised. I'm prepared for a lot, and oftentimes I get to a country and I'm like, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Anyways, it's always better to be pleasantly surprised than shocked and disappointed. I'm gonna try to not do any more updates on the video until I stop for the end of the day and just sort of put my head down and drive on. So, wish me luck. Catch you later. Whew. All right, guys. I saw a little hotel and I snapped at the chance. Cheap, 85 kilometers. Not the 130 I had originally planned, but I didn't plan for those roads to be in that condition, so give and take, right? Give and take. Tomorrow should be an easier ride. We're through sort of the thick of the ups and downs. There are more ups and downs to come, but they're not as drastic as they were today. I'm gonna find some grub to eat and edit today's vlog. I'm gonna try to stay on pace to produce a vlog every day, or at least content every day. I have 3 other ones from yesterday in the can. If I can finish a couple of those and set them up to absorb some buffer for me, that would be great. But they're gonna let me put my trike inside the hotel. I'm gonna wheel it in and grab some food, maybe some noodles.